What's up, Qui-Gons? Bones here. Another video. We're going to be doing a Sith Raid Solo. So easy, even a Yub could do it. Except you need Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. This is the team. You'll have Hux and First Order Officer. Obviously, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is going to be modded for offense, offense arrow. Everything offense. Put speed on Hermit Yoda. It's just a Gear 12 Grand Admiral Thrawn, modded for speed, nothing special. So here we go. We're going to focus on the strategy. We're going to be focusing on building up our siphon first and then spamming the AoE to increase the mastery. And that's going to spike our damage. So here we're going to focus on getting to our ultimate. And while spamming as much of the stasis strike as possible to build our siphon. Okay, do the big heal to get Thrawn back up. Now you actually want to avoid using Hux's basic as much as possible because he gains turn meter when he uses his basic, and that's what reduces his max protection and health. So you actually don't want to use Hux's basic at all if you can avoid it. So we're still stacking. We're almost to our ultimate, fully charged. It's beautiful. Now we keep spamming Stasis Strike. Don't use Grandmaster's Training on anybody other than Supreme Leader Kylo Ren at first. You don't really want the assists, is why you don't want basic attacks right now. So we're going to just keep stacking our Stasis Strikes. And usually I like to get up to 300 unbuffed stacks of Stasis Strike before I switch over. So here we are 300 stacks. So but outside of ultimate, you're not going to gain as much. So when you're in the ultimate, you really want to stack it or start using the AoE as much as possible. Okay, that was not as good. You really want to save that big heal from Hermit Yoda for the Annihilate. So we might have to get a little creative on this run. Ultimate now for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. So now you'll see once we go into alt, we're going to start spamming the AoE now because this is going to stack our mastery up. Alright, who's going to eat the ultimate? I'm going to try to eat it with Hermit Yoda here. He doesn't have Unbreakable Will. Okay. We'll have to do it on Hux. It's fine. Alright, let's see if we can get back to our yeah, we can get back to our big heal in time. It's a little less optimal because I'm going to have to use a cooldown to give Hermit Yoda a turn. But it'll work. So here's the big heal. Now he's back up and running. We're just waiting to stack the ultimate all the way, and you can see our damage is starting to really ramp up. So basic attack damage doing almost 2.5 million. Still keeping that on only Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. These can just hit the ads, whatever. Here comes the alt dunk. And we're spamming AoEs. These are probably the last AoEs we have to do. Then and the reason why you do Hux lead is because it does double damage on your basic attack, or 50% more damage, I should say. So when Supreme Leader Kylo Ren has this much offense built up from Siphon and stacking Mastery, his basic attacks are going to hit it like a truck. There, it's 8 million. So now I just need a couple more basic attacks, and then you just hit basics, and one more should do it. And the same strategy basically is going to cover the rest of the phases. So there's phase 1. Going into phase 2, Scion, and the same thing we're going to do. We're just going to spam heals, spam Siphon, stack our Siphon, alt. See how I kind of had that timed out where my alt was at max charge off of one more stasis strike. That's actually ideal, because then you basically get that free cooldown reset. Helps you stack up Siphon quicker. Don't ever let the Sith Assassins get a turn. Fracture will actually reduce the amount of counter chance out of Scion, which I guess isn't that big a deal, but it's a thing. Okay, we're almost at that 300 mark. You can actually use the special move here to skip a turn. And you can actually use like Thrawn's turn meter swap if you want on Hux to get him a little bit more healthy. It's really not that big a deal. He can die in this phase. And actually I'm going to use this stasis strike right here and then go alt next time, because that way I can just spam my AoE on this alt, and we can start stacking our mastery. Because we're close enough. This will greatly increase our clear speed. Again, if you lose Hux, it's not that big a deal in this phase. You don't want to lose Thrawn. Not yet. You see we're already up to 1 million damage on a basic, and he always hits twice on a basic attack. We're back to stacking. Outside of alt, you kind of want to just stack your Siphon first. It's more efficient. And here if we feed turn meter to Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, there's really not much TM gain, so I'm actually just going to skip a turn there to hopefully get a better turn meter swap there, or not a swap, but a turn meter passed from Hux. Here we go. And here I'm going to heal up Hux a little bit, try to keep him alive a little bit longer. Here we go, the ult. And this is probably going to be all the stacking offense we're going to need. Again, keeping Grandmaster training only on Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for now. We could probably dunk this for the rest of the way, but I think I'm going to use these specials. And there goes Hux. Bye-bye. Save some specials for... Save the turn meter swaps for Phase 3. It's fine. Basic. You just use basics to finish it off. I really don't want to suck the AoE, so I'm going to actually do this and just kill him. Yeah, Cyan had his AoE coming up next, and if I use that TM swap, I can basically just skip it. It'll be alright, because I still have the turn meter pass from First Order Officer. It'll be alright. In this phase, remember you just have the bonds of weakness, so you really want to get her toppled as fast as possible, but still maintaining that pattern of using Stasis Strike first. So here I'm going to use Stasis Strike, and always target the one with Foresight, because this can't miss and it removes all the buffs from the rest of them. Thrawn will actually remove turn meter and slow her down, so this will give plenty of time for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren to come in and do his thing. Get in the ult, and then we're again back to stacking Siphon as much as possible. Now, the only thing you really want to pay attention to here with Hermit Yoda is you want to make sure he's stealthed right before Traya comes out of a topple here, because you do not want him to get isolated, because then you can't heal. So Grandmaster's training here is what stealths him. So you want to make sure you use that a turn or two before Traya's going to come out of topple, and she should come out right now. There you go. No, he can't be isolated. So the other two don't matter. Just as long as Hermit Yoda doesn't get isolated, you're fine. Again, we're fracturing Traya. And here you can just slam the ultimate. It's fine. You don't need full charge. Need that if your AoE isn't ready, it's okay to use the ultimate. I mean, 2 turns of ultimate will be just fine. Oops. Oh, that's right. Heh. He's isolated, so he can't pass turn meter. Alright, we're at that magical 300 number now. Now we're going to swap over to doing AoEs when we're in our ultimate stance. Alright, we'll take out these foresights. Again, the fracture will do this, and then so the bonds of weakness stacks are getting pretty high, so I'm actually just going to use this standalone and get those removed. Kind of it resets those. It's not ideal, it's a little early, but it'll be okay. And here we are, we're going to be, our stasis is, our siphons all stacked up. Now we're going to be spamming those AoEs. And here you can actually start putting Master's Training on the other guys. Once again, oh shoot, I should have saved that Master's Training for when she comes out of topple. Thankfully, Hermit Yoda did not come out of stealth. We're going to lose Officer. Yep, it's fine. Just fine. Not ideal, but just fine. And we're spamming AoEs. You see our damage is really starting to ramp up. And Grandmaster's Training to hide Hermit Yoda. Go into the ult. The ult doubles your siphon, so it's going to build up his offense quicker. There's a trick also with the Kylo Ren ultimate. If he's in his ultimate and he gets isolated, it basically negates the isolate. The isolate doesn't stick to him. So here you're going to see our damage is going to be fully stacked up and be good to go. Yeah, it's fine. A couple more basic attacks will do this. I'll take her out. So this isolate doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever. It's not a run that is brain dead. You have to do some thinking on it, but for the most part with Ultimate, pretty easy to just work your way through any possible problems that come up. You stick to the formula. Here, I actually like to fracture Nihilus, slow him down. He's the only one that can really hurt you in this with his Annihilate. So again, I just keep him under wraps while I work on stacking Siphon off of the ads and Scion. Here we go. And really the most important reason why you need Hermit Yoda and Thrawn alive here is to remove the Bonds of Weakness stacks and keep everybody kind of healed up. Because eventually he'll get, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren will get worn down. Keep an eye on the Annihilate stacks. That's annoying. Oh, that was mega annoying. Shouldn't be a problem though. I'm not going to waste a ultimate turn to remove the isolate. It's not that big a deal. He's not going to die. Again, keep an eye on the Annihilate cooldown. And so the next turn, I'll actually remove the isolate because everything will be kind of on cooldown that I really want to use. Again, fracture goes on here, and ideally you want to use the cleanse this ability, the Soothe All, right before Nihilus AoEs, because that will remove all of the stacks of pain, which will reduce the likelihood of him getting an actual cooldown decrease on his Annihilate and just buy you more time. So here, Nihilus is going to be doing the Force Drain next turn. So with Thrawn, I'm going to use Soothe All. Just kidding, Hermit Yoda. That's the way the TM worked out. We're almost to that 300 stacks of Siphon. We got 2. It's less than ideal. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. So we got an Annihilate coming up. Got a hide Hermit Yoda. And we may as well eat that Annihilate with Hermit Yoda. That was really dumb. I should have saved the big heal for after the Annihilate. Again, some thought required. So we're actually going to eat it with Thrawn. Here we're going to get over the magic number of stacks of Siphon. So we're going to switch over to AoEs. Here's to eat the Annihilate. And you can see now our damage is going to be pretty disgusting. Here's the Annihilate. We're going to remove the Isolate. Remove Bonds. Go here. And we can actually do the big heal. Everybody's happy now. So we got nothing but time now. Four turns till Cyan enrages. It's still going to be a little bit close, but it shouldn't be a big problem. Yeah. Stick to the game plan. Yeah, he's going to die in his next ult. Almost fully stacked up to where we need. That shouldn't be a problem. So let's take out Cyan here. The basic attack. He's down. Now it's just Nihilus, but we're stacked up so much that we look at the damage from our basic attack. And that's all you need to do is spam basic attacks. Screw it. Let's go into alt. Let's stack a little bit more. Get one more good AoE to stack our mastery all the way up. Just use Unbreakable Will here. All we need to do is buy some time. Should be about 4 basic attacks. Don't know if this will finish it or not. It's going to be darn close, but I don't think it will. Oh, one more basic attack and we're done. That's it, folks. That is a Sith Raid Solo. So easy. Even a Yub could do it. But they've only cleared phase 1, so I'm going to give them a moment. But as you can see, it's over. All done with. And actually, this is funny, because Traya has Foresight, so if I were to use the basic here, it wouldn't kill her, so I'll end up with Stasis Strike, because it can't miss. But that's it. Take care, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. See ya. Bye.